Hey, welcome back to another episode of Who All Gonna Be There podcast, the place where you get to be an exclusive member to our very entertaining group chat. And for those who are watching, you may notice that there's a new face in town. Our good friend Cam. Cam, would you like to introduce yourself to the people?
Yes, what's up, my chat members? Y'all might see me here and there on every little podcast when I am here. So I decided to come and speak here, give some vocal to the podcast. I enjoy listening and watching y'all every week. So I was like, let me come on here.
We
He
appreciate
Cam's in the building. I love it. I love it.
Cam been trying to get on. We're like, Cam, just come on, just come. Like it don't like we're good. Like
The
it's gonna
vibe,
be.
regardless.
He
Sometimes
knows.
the chat be scaring me. And that's why I'll be like, I don't know.
Hey,
It's
it's
gonna be
okay because sometimes Eric and Tree scare me. So you know what?
how you get scared of
Y'all can't act like y'all ain't give me the boot for no reason.
I've only probably booted you once or twice, and it's probably because you said some silly stuff about. Well, not this year. I don't think I booted you this season. Last
You have.
season, oh, I have.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey, I'm about to say it's time to get booted because you know what? I'm full McCamsey.
What it probably was, and you probably said Queen Leah, boop, because we're not doing it. Oh, Carrie said the new guy is cute.
Oh, thanks, Carrie.
Carrie Cam is one of our friends. He be in the chat with y'all sometimes, and we be kicking it for Oz's house chop events, and so it's fam over here. And when you ready, Carrie, just let us know. We're gonna bring you on the screen too.
Yes, come on, Carrie, come through.
But
Oh,
y'all,
I have to switch to see that. Okay.
it's been this season, week 9. This episode, it was hard. It was a hard eviction, I think, for a lot of people tonight. Because it was T-Core, and we'll get into it. But I just T-Core, she's a wonderful lady. I think she played an amazing game. She's really sweet. I think she'll see a lot of the love that she has out here, and I think she'll be proud of the game because I feel like she's one like to kind of be harder on herself. I mean, she'll probably go home, in the jury house like, what could she have done better? But it's like there are things you could have done, but like at the end of the day, you should be proud of the game that you play. Yes, a very pure soul. And you don't find too many people like T-Core. I mean, this whole cast for the most part has been a really great cast anyway, but T-Core is definitely one of those special ones for sure.
And the fact that she immediately walked away with such a great takeaway where it almost seemed beautiful, like a beautiful story where I know there are times where I'm like, man, T-Core, why are you leaving the fights and stuff like that? Hold it down. I need you to throw some jabs or something in there. But it just showed how pure and like how kind she is. And I think just walking out that house, it was so great to see her show that. And she looked amazing today.
She did.
All days. But she looked amazing.
I hate that it was janky week because I know she would have had a fit. I know she would have had a fit on if it was a regular eviction night, and I would have loved to see what she would have came up with. But hey, she looked good regardless. But
It was that
we,
last little. It was
oh,
the
no,
last little goodbye when she was like about to walk behind the thing, and then she stopped, and then she blew a kiss. That's what got me. It was that moment right there, and I was just like, T-Core, she's a good one. She's a good one for sure.
And that was a tough one. And I haven't been a T-Core stan or nothing like that, but I was just like, because I was kind of low key. I'm gonna be y'all know I'm Team Cedric, okay? I'm rolling for Team Cedric till it's backwards. And so a little bit of me, the petty of me, is kind of like,
hey, you did this to yourself.
No. You did it to yourself. But yeah. She's back. The queen of the pod.
Just for my draft, Leah, you will go down.
Not Eli's draft taking you out.
Hey,
yes,
that's what we do. That's what we do.
Yeah. This for young Cedric. Y'all still on that?
Yeah, like we're gonna still be on it. Because here's the deal. We talked about it before. I seen a post about it too. It's like T-Core, and we'll get into it, but she flipped the vote on Cedric because she didn't want to be 8th in the collective, just to end up going out 8th anyway. So,
I can't remember. Who did she end up saving over Cedric?
Rubina.
Oh, well.
It made sense
for her
in the grand scheme of things, but it didn't because you ended up in the same position. So it's like you saved Rubina just for her to last longer than you. Oh!
Well, I think think Takora would have went further. I think it just unfortunately just became the perfect storm.
Yeah.
Unlucky
and
week.
I think what also hindered her, Takora likes to open up when she's in private, and in that backyard, she was like barely said anything. You know, I know she didn't feel like she had the space to be. She even mentioned it to Rubina. She's like, I just feel like I can't really like play right now because we in this mess.
So do y'all think she was like checked out?
For sure. 100%. I think so.
Being talking about Angela for HOH. I mean, Big Ange can win HOH. If she wins, I know Chelsea and Cam in trouble. That's for sure.
I want Rubina to win because I feel like she gonna kind of go a little crazy a little bit. Like I kind of want her. I feel like she gonna call somebody a bitch one too many times, and it's gonna go into a little. All right, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I kind of just want to see Rubina get a little feisty, and she don't have Takora to be like, "Hey, girlfriend, why don't you just bring it down?" And she gonna be like, "Nah, I'm gonna bring it up. Put my girl up and out the door." So I kind of want to see Leah and Rubina get into it. I ain't gonna even lie. I want to see them kind of go.
If Rubina was smart, what she would do, I would latch on to Chelsea, try to get up under her wing, and then take out Angelia because I mean they're not gonna save her over there.
Oh, if I'm Rubina, Chelsea hitting that block too.
She'd be backdoor.
Leah and Angela will be on the block.
Yes.
And if one of them come down, if it's Leah, she gonna stay up there. No, actually, you probably want to bring Angela down. It's so easy.
Wait, but why?
What do you want? What do you want to happen, Cam? Even though we speculating early, but
honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of Cam, but I honestly want to see a Cam HOH and see if he'll stick with Chelsea, or like if he'll play his own game. Because I feel like if he wins that HOH right now, it could be anybody on that block, except for Chelsea. Well, it could be Chelsea too.
And I think that's his fun narrative where if he doesn't put up Leah,
I don't think he put Chelsea up.
I don't think he would.
Shoot, Chelsea would have the ultimate "I told you so" if he doesn't put Leah on the block, which I think would be fun to watch. Same with Mackenzie, but it doesn't make sense for him to put up Mackenzie.
He would go the easy route, I think, honestly. Like, who
knows?
Emo and
Rubina, and if somebody come down,
Angela.
Likely Angela, but I will say, which we're going to get into in a feed, he is having a lot of mistrust with Leah, so she could possibly be a backdoor option. Well, not backdoor. Everybody playing veto, huh? Well, no, we down to 7, so one person sitting down. But anyway, so it's one of them out of that.
It's a lot of scenarios out here. Ben said Chemo said he win. He gonna do Leah and Cam because Angela vetoed him, so he not putting her up. Carrie said Rubina's a double widow, so she could do anything she want to do.
Man, I'm gonna be honest. I hate Big Brother because they lied to us. They lied. We're hypothesizing this HOH. Julie came on at the start of the episode and said we're having a live HOH.
Yes.
Today, and we're here hypothesizing when we should already know who's HOH. Yes. And so I'm a little upset.
Technically, she didn't say the live HOH would finish out on the
shoot. T-Core walked out that house at 7:35. They had a lot of time.
They dragged that.
They know what they meant when they
could have put that out on the feeds. Y'all really could have.
They know what they were doing when they told us for the first time this season the episode will have the live, HOH. They knew what they were doing, and then they hit us with a bait and switch at the end. Like, oh, house guest, you got an hour to stack your candy. No, we didn't ask for that. We didn't ask for that. But here we are.
Hold on, the hour should be up by now, huh? Yeah. Hurry up, put these on. Well, wait till after we record and then you put these up. Sorry.
Right. Because Trees like to put these on the feed while we doing live cam and get us snatched off YouTube.
Yeah, because Eric will suggest it.
I did not. She streamed the feeds while we were streaming and they took us down.
Monetary.
Listen, we was new. We was new to this.
We was new. We didn't know no better. Eli was supposed to. You were supposed to warn us.
I wasn't there. That's why they went crazy.
That's right. You should have did your job then, Eli.
My fault, y'all. My fault.
It was Eli's fault. Mr.
My fault. You know what? I got y'all next time. That's what I got.
So, what we left y'all off with was, I mean, we had already told y'all who had won the veto. We knew that Angela won the veto. We knew that Leah had won the janky veto. And they had plans to use it, which we know they did use it to replace with T-Core, because she took Chemo off the block, which I really wanted Chemo to stay on the block. Like, I want him gone so bad.
What has he done? No shade, and I'm not trying to shade anyone, but I'm like, he's a one person. Actually, him and Rubina have 0 win equity in my eyes right now.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I just want him to do more.
Yeah, I agree. Did y'all watch the veto comp? What did y'all think about the veto comp?
I'm a big fan. A simple comp is always I love. Like, I do love a complicated comp, but in Big Brother Canada, because America, you be messing it up. So I do like a simple comp. It was very simple. It was very easy. These little things and the little lollipops, and they all have to go into this little cylinder, and they all have to fit. Shout out to Big Ange. We said, you ain't stealing my stuff, because you know what I would have did. First thing I would have said, bet you won.
No, honestly, when all of them started to win, I was like, why is nobody looking at her stuff? Like, she's one-minded. She, oh my God, yeah. I would have been like, okay, orange right here, green.
Right.
I was like, big, little. That's exactly what I would have looked at. Okay, they're going to big one, the medium, the little.
Y'all better learn to cheat up in this season. Shoot, because I'm looking at what you got.
If it ain't in the rules, it ain't cheating.
Listen,
if they say house guests, you cannot look at anybody else's thing, then cool. But you saw all of them was looking. All of them was like, y'all looking everywhere but in the right spot. Look at us stuff.
No, I agree. Like, use your people, your opponents to your advantage. Like Tree said, if it's not against the rule, okay, that's what you got. Orange, bet.
And that really felt like a challenge type puzzle. I don't know if y'all have watched the challenge too much, but that's ultimate like anagram where you just have like a bunch of different pieces and you don't know that your puzzle's good until you're pretty much there. I felt like.
Being said, the Twitter streets are saying Rubina won.
All I'm saying is the moment the feeds come back, I'm gonna try to let y'all know who wins.
Because if the trio, if Chemo or Rubina don't win this HOH, goodbye. Because what? Y'all best friends just went home. Y'all been on the block back to back. Like y'all ain't got no.
You can't even snatch the key. Like, we need a moment like that from y'all. Like, that's the one redeeming moment. Y'all got my best friend out. Give me that key, Leah. Nah.
Ooh, that would have been a good one. Give me that key, bitch.
Rubina did look like before the episode ended. Before the episode ended, Rubina did look like she had the strongest structure. So
she did.
It might be out of her Angela, because Angela was pretty solid too when I saw her. It looked pretty solid.
Chelsea had started over at the end. I said, well,
Chelsea couldn't even get her ponytail on straight night one when the feeds came back. So I know she won't be able to stack nothing.
Not the ponytail slander.
Y'all know that's what we called her for the first week and a half was ponytail, because she was tussling with that ponytail all night long and then ended up not even putting it on her. Like, it was a mess. It was a mess. But yeah, if Rubina did win, good for her. She had one due. So we'll see what she does with it. But yeah, so we know the veto comp. I think it was, like we said, it was a cool comp. We kind of seen some of the stuff that was going on that led up to T-Core getting put up on the block. But today, I'm going to turn it over to the rest of the panel, because your boy overslept for the first half of the episode. So they going to give us the rundown of what happened on today's episode. But I heard they was making our girl Chelsea look crazy like we thought they was going to do. So.
Oh, man, she cannot win. We had the whole... Of course, they had to show this because, as Therese mentioned, there's not a lot going on in the feeds. But the one thing that did happen was Cockgate.
The most interesting thing that has happened is Cockgate.
And they flopped with the edit.
What did it flop?
Listen.
You know what? They made Chelsea look obsessed, and you know what? That's on par on how they've edited so far.
This is now I could be wrong, okay? But from what I viewed, based on the edit, okay? Based on the edit, I'm mad at him. I feel like Chelsea did overreact. Just based on what we saw on tonight's show. That's exactly really what happened, because of course they cut fees and they switch and da 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 da. Cam moved his cot, right? Because he said, "Oh, it's gonna rain." Then Chelsea was back there as well. So it was when he moved his cot, it was Cam's cot, Mackenzie's cot, and then her cot. She moved hers up. He saw like, oh, she moved her cot up, meaning she's gonna get rained on. Hey, Chelsea, you want to switch? Because he didn't want her to get rained on.
Mm-hmm.
And she was just fixated on, you moved your cot by Mackenzie. Child, I didn't want to get rained on. And I noticed, I said, oh, that's why she's like, now you want to switch back. Now you want to switch back. Like, yes, sis, he don't want you to get wet. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was like, oh, you overreacted a little bit right there.
I will say, I'm surprised that they didn't cover this, where they started to show the clip of this where Mackenzie was laying on Cam had his arm around her, and then they moved on. I thought that was going to be the start of the drama with all of it, but they showed that, cut them to ice cream, and then went to Cotgate. So yeah, they definitely hit that.
And what they did, they did make her look a little bit more crazy, because that was just leading up. Because they should have shown Mackenzie laying all on Cam. They should have shown when Leah they should have shown the conversation where Leah had a conversation with Mackenzie. Like, hey, yo, this is what it's looking like. No, it ain't that. Shoot. Shot to her laying all up on Mackenzie. And then I need that at the bottom 2 weeks later. Okay? And then that's when you show when she was talking about, can you fix me some drink? He said, oh, she said, you talking to me? To show the reasoning why she was upset. Then she wouldn't have looked so crazy with Kake, because she was already hot and bothered, and then you go and do this. See, I need to be on the editing team, because what are y'all doing?
But they got a narrative that they want to push. Our friend Cam, he be behind the scenes for these shows and stuff. He know what how the edits and stuff go. So when they want a narrative for a specific character or person, they gonna push that, even though we know other people know the truth. So,
and you notice how when they shoot him in the diary room, I'm like, why are they not airing? They be so quick to air what Leah said about Queen, whatever she done said, if that's about Queen. But that's another story for another time. But why y'all not showing how he feel about Chelsea? They'll show him saying, you're my strongest person in the game. It's showing any relationship that he has with Chelsea is only game wise. And it's kind of making it seem like, well, the only thing we have to go by is what she says, because whenever they're alone, y'all cut the feed so much. We literally only have this, and then there's not a lot of guys in the house that you would think that he would possibly have conversations about Chelsea with, or even the other women, but the other women be laying all up on him. So they ain't trying to have a conversation about him and Chelsea. And T. Core is probably the only one. I can see Rabina having a conversation maybe later on, but we don't know anything. So right now, Chelsea just kind of looked like she doing the most.
Yeah, kind of how they had our girl Isaac out here looking crazy too. How they had the edit last over. I'm like, don't do her like that. They did her so dirty, and they doing Chelsea the same way.
It's definitely to push a narrative. I still, even though we're 9 weeks in, I still can't pinpoint what narrative they're trying to paint.
Yeah,
because I mean, any average. Even my grandmother, who don't watch the live feeds, she can see that there's clearly something between both Chelsea and Cam. But why the production doesn't want to show that, I still don't understand why. Is it because they want to push an whatever that word is,
interracial?
Yeah, there we go, interracial relationship with Cam and Mackenzie, or is it that they want to put Cam and Chelsea against each other in the end? Because they want that to be the dynamic of, oh, I always had your back, but because you did X, Y, and Z with Leah, you did X, Y, and Z with Mackenzie, now you got to go. I can't pinpoint the narrative.
And I will say, I want to be a fly on the wall of Chelsea's diary rooms, because I could only imagine, the fact that she still likes Kim. I guarantee the conspiracy hat time. I guarantee they're pushing, oh, you see Cam, how do you feel with Cam with Mackenzie, and asking all these leading questions in the diary room. And I think that also attributes to the craziness, because if the diary room's trying to create a narrative asking you pointed questions, you have no choice but to spiral. And I feel like I agree with just trying to show create tension between people, because I don't know, this has been such a chill house after Angela and Matt, their blue up died down and Tucker left, and I'm not saying it hasn't been kumbaya at all, but I think they love their tension, and I think they're trying to just continue to build on that.
They said there ain't gonna be no black love story this season, so y'all might as well get that out of your head right now. But no, I think the problem is we didn't even. They should have. What they should have also shown. Well, they maybe they'll show it on Sunday. I doubt it. But they had a come to Jesus meeting. You know, Cam and Chelsea, because I know the perception is Chelsea thinks she owned Cam, where Chelsea is really mean to Cam. And he did open up like this week, and he did tell her, like, you know, a lot of the joking that you be doing has kind of opened me up to joking, you know, being the butt of the joke with the whole house. And although I enjoy some of it, you take it a little bit too far, and that does hurt me. And, you know, he's like, you know, as a man, as a black man, on top of that, and it's only a couple, me and one other dude in the house, you know, so there's not much room for me to move outside of let me be the guy that, you know, the girls like kind of like and flock to and kind of like want to be flirty and stuff with, because you step out of line and the minute he says something or, you know, change up or switch up, he gonna be right on that block and out the door. And so I'm glad he was able to tell her how he felt, because she's like, oh my gosh, I didn't know. But then she was also like, but Cam, you didn't even tell me that, so why I'm like,
Chappelle. Now it was good. I don't care what nobody say. What we did saw was good.
That's a whole drama. That was whole. Oh my gosh!
Not
let
so
me see that, y'all.
They said, you know what? They said, ain't no black love around here flourishing. Not on my watch.
Not on my.
Hey, if production is saying
black lust, you know, I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying?
If production is saying Cam and Chelsea can't top Taylor and Monty, you know what? They might be right.
Listen, they said if y'all not gonna be April and Ollie in around this house, you're not getting no screen time.
Listen, listen, I gotta be real here. Okay, my opinion on Chelsea and Cam. Okay, I personally do think she take it a little bit too far. Do I want to say this? I don't want to say this out loud.
Cam said you do.
Hey,
Chelsea is a little bit of a mean girl. She is, and I feel like the crowd that she hangs around, the people that she's grown up with. I mean, she. How do I say this very politically correct? Because I kind of want to talk ignorant a little bit. I feel like the crowd that she hangs around, like that's kind of like the vibe. Like she says, like Brooklyn reminds her of her friends. That tracks for me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
If you get that, you get that. If you don't, well. And I feel like she just doesn't. I feel like she's so used to being. I'm basing this off conversation she's had in the house. I think she's so used to being like fawned over. And because Cam isn't doing that to her, I think that's kind of where the disconnect is. I mean, and I'm gonna be very real. I honestly do not think she's jealous of Mackenzie or she's jealous of Leah. I think she's jealous of the attention that they get. Yes, but I have to be very real. Okay, I'm a grown individual. And you got to know that if you're in a relationship with somebody, you're pursuing somebody, you got to realize they have different love languages. Cam's one of his love language has to be physical touch. And I got to be very real. Even when the few times we have seen them alone, they're like this far apart. Mm-hmm. She's not giving that man any type of energy. You know, they might flirt a little bit, but it seems like it's like all preschool to me. You know what I'm saying? And whether he is feeling her or not, it's like kind of like he a grown man. You know, if somebody gonna rub his head, rub my head. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not tied together. So
I think you mentioned something really good when you said it's like kind of preschool. And I think she has that preschool nature of, well, I need to be mean to him. Because you know how they say if a girl being mean or boy being mean, I mean they like you type deal.
That's what it seemed like, right?
And I think that's kind of like what she's planning to. And we also got to remember, so far she's only kissed one person, right?
Chappelle, so that's exactly it. She want to be chased. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Which I'm mad at. You know what I'm saying? She said, know your worth and tax it. Yes, sis.
But Cam ain't a track star.
But
so he ain't chasing you.
But
What was his position in football? He was a.
I don't. It wasn't running.
He looks like a
I ain't gonna even lie to
linebacker.
you. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I was gonna make
I
something.
tried to help you, Chelsea sister.
She's only yeah. She did say she only kissed one person. That's
That's
terrible.
what I say. Yeah, she only kissed one person. Wide receiver.
Wide receiver. Okay.
He also looks like a wide receiver. I can see
He
it.
do the catching, so he ain't chasing. He do the catching.
Uh-oh.
So I mean,
Uh-oh.
you run after him, and he catch you.
Hey, Eric's trying to redeem himself with these football analogies. I see you, Eric.
Listen, look, I know the sport. No, I'm just playing. I played football back in the day, so I know football. Football's fine.
Okay. Wait, what?
What's up? What kind of you talking about?
I think she's scared about her first and only boyfriend, what her boyfriend did, and he used her emotionally. So I definitely feel like that could be put like part of the reason as well. Especially like she not only, I feel like if it was a more controlled environment for her, she might express a little bit more, but also knowing she's on national TV. So I feel
hinders that.
I feel like that's also part of the problem too. But even like what y'all was saying, like when Cam had came to her and he was like, you know, you make me the butt of the joke. Like that might be her coping mechanism. Again, that's her wall being built up. So it's like, let's make these jokes, but like, I want you to know I like you. That's why I pick on you. But it's like,
you gotta know your boundaries. Yeah.
You gotta, you can do a playful joke, but like you kind of take it too far. I think and to be very real, I don't even think her jokes are like mean. You know, I don't even think they're that bad, in my opinion. But I got tough skin, but I don't even think they're that bad.
Chelsea mean, y'all. Y'all don't understand.
I am mean. Listen, if I'm gonna cut you, I'm gonna make it hurt. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me.
I feel what Chelsea's saying though. She's not throwing uppercuts, but it's like jab, 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 and sometimes you get hit with enough jabs and they hurt.
With a plastic knife. It's gonna poke.
Doubling down on it. Like, and that's when it's like she sticks the knife in and then she's turning it and twisting it. Like, you don't have to do that, bro. Like, you know. So
Ty, that's a good point. Cam needs to be built like he likes to be built up, hyped up. So he needs someone that's gonna pour into him. That's just who he is. You know, he needs that reassurance, that affirmation. So. And when you cutting and you doing the exact opposite, that kind of, I think he still likes her, but it's kind of pushing him in a different direction because Mackenzie and Leah at times they just find him. They do hype him up and make him feel all, you know, on top of the world. So.
The macho man. I feel like they definitely would work on the outside if they gave it a chance. But in the house right now, I don't think it will.
It ain't nothing gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I will say Chelsea gonna have to stop with the joking, and Cam gonna have to like chill out with the rubbing. Both of them got some work to do because if they're even gonna attempt to even try something on the outside, both of them gonna have to nip that in the bud. Like,
after he see she done put his underwear all up on the screen, his socks all up on the feeds. I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah, that was me.
You ain't talking about my drawers and my feet, and I'm about to be looked up with you.
And like that be the running joke at a house, and now everybody on the outside world know that my drawers and my feet stink. Like, come on,
But also at some point, Cam, you too old, brother.
That is true.
Yeah, you can tell when he gets Chelsea's attention. You know, you can tell like he lights up. He like her. Like people are going back and forth about saying like we haven't heard from him. You can tell by his reaction he has some type of attraction or something for her. Just because you can tell in their, you know, the little interactions we do get to see where they're alone when, you know, the shadow is not following. But I don't know.
This how you know this week was dry because we done spent 20 minutes
literally.
Cam. But that was the main storyline of this episode. This week was all about
10, bro. You do like everybody.
I will say I could potentially see him, like if it came down to him
and Mackenzie
being a dating show, like if he was on The Bachelor, I could definitely see him like maximizing every connection. He'd be like, I like them all. I could definitely. If this was The Bachelor,
Chelsea would have missed it home.
Oh yeah, no, because the girls would be like, she's mean, like, and they were little one-on-ones. They were like,
oh, you're so right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna be like, if the chances are, if there's a 1 to 10 scale of them dating on the outside, I feel like it's a very strong 2.
Really?
I give it a 2, honestly.
Because we talk about all these relationships and what, like the couple months in the Big Brother house, people are like, oh, it's like 2 years of connection because you just spend all that time together. And hey, after 2 years, you're still friends and not even benefits. I don't know.
Might like him a little mean girl, so it might work.
Maybe
he did.
But hey, if they want this, I would love if it worked out.
We're gonna have to wait till he get around the dogs at the crib and see what they got to say about Chelsea, because you know he gonna want their opinions. See what the dogs got to say. So
because I do know
go ahead,
Chelsea sidekick did confirm. I don't know if y'all saw that. Chelsea sidekick Brooklyn did confirm it is a two-way street. So
I talked about that last week. So that's why I'm like, we can only do so much. She has said that she was in the room and she witnessed these conversations between them two. Chelsea saying ABCD and Cam backdooring with it. So I do believe, look, Chappelle is on 10. I don't believe the Brooklyn stuff. No, I do believe it.
Do you call her the sidekick is what's said to me?
Just because of what's going on in the house, I just don't think they're gonna. I don't know.
I don't think
I'll just be real. If I'm Cam, I would have told Chelsea to kick rocks. I'm gonna just be very real. But that's my ego. Like, you're not about to talk crazy about me. It's one thing if we joke 1 or 2 times, but when I pull up and my dog, you know the dog's gonna be in LA. They're gonna be like, hey, bro, she been running her mouth about you.
Your draws is all over the worldwide internet, the Twitter.
Like, you know she is. That's what I'm saying.
They don't have the screenshots be like,
ask Cam's friend. I'll be like, hey, yo, Cam.
It's a no dog.
Yeah, like, y'all can be friends, but nah.
And maybe after some time goes away, after a couple seasons have passed and they forget about your draws. No, I don't know.
Oh, Chelsea girl, I love you I love you, girl, as a game player, but nah, it's me. I'm the dog. Cute to be exact.
So that was how this week pretty much was all about. Cam and this was a week. Leah was HOA, then nobody didn't care because it was all about Cam and Chelsea this week. And that's what the edit was giving us. And then they quickly went into the eviction for no reason because we still didn't get a live HOH. But unfortunately,
I just have to say, I'm sorry, Eric. The fact that we talked about Cam and Chelsea for 20 minutes. That tells you how much happened this week.
I'm telling you, like.
And this is Teresa's second favorite showman of this season. So it's like not even her biggest showmans with Rubina and Tucker.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. We say it take up 20 minutes and it's just a relationship thing, but it's having ramifications in the game.
It is.
And I think this week it came down to if they were going to keep T-Core, which you can talk about it, Teresa. I don't know if you were the fees and stuff, so I can turn it over to you to get in more detail. But won't they keep T-Core? What was best for their game? Because at one point they were like, yeah, we keeping T-Core because why would we take her out? And then it switched up on us, so Chelsea acquiesced. Cam decided not to vote her because he was going to keep her. Now he decided he wasn't going to, and Chelsea went along with it, even though she probably shouldn't have. I don't know.
So pause right there. So let me interject. So basically in that situation, so it seemed like going into this week, Cam was for sure like, we got to get T-Core out, right? He had a conversation with T-Core. He said, T-Core, have you said my name to Leah? Because Leah said, oh, T-Core said your name to be the replacement now, once veto was used. And she said, I did not say your name. Now, was she telling the truth? Yes. That's why you got to be literal. She never said his name. She never said, I think Cam should be the replacement now. If I remember correctly, she said there's somebody else that should be a replacement now, more of a physical threat. And Leah said Cam, and she nodded her head. That's not me saying your name, brother. That's not my saying your name. So anyway, so Cam went with that information, right? So Cam took that information and told Chelsea. Then on the other side, Mackenzie had a conversation with Chelsea, and Leah told Mackenzie, I'm just saying some things I'm trying to get in between Cam and Chelsea. I'm trying to break that up. So I'm trying to put some things in Cam's head to maybe pull him more towards our side or whatever. And so what Mackenzie do, like a good State Farm, she went, I don't know why they popped in my head, but she went and
became a potato wedge and started
so
building.
she went, yeah. So then then Chelsea went and told Cam. And so Cam was like, now, wait a minute. So I don't know who to believe, because at first he was, okay with rocking with Leah. They had that thing where they wouldn't put each other up because of the competition. And so he was going back and forth like, now who should I trust? Should I trust that T-Core's telling the truth? Or should I trust that Leah's telling the truth? So that was the big gist that was going back and forth.
And he chose wrong. I think he chose
Did
wrong.
He though?
Well, if he gonna hit the block. If Chelsea don't win HOH, he hitting the block.
If Cam and T-Core were in final 2, T-Core will win.
Yeah.
And that's how, especially this late into the game, I don't care what I've done in the game, I literally look at it, okay, Rubina's sitting next to me and T-Core sitting next to me. Who is likely to get more votes? Like, at this point in the game, that's the way I'm doing. I don't care if somebody won one comp over me. You know what I'm saying? At this point, it's like I have a better chance of beating Rubina at the end than T-Core. And I feel like it was of course it was a sucky choice, as for us as a fan, for me as a fan, but I think it was the right move, in my opinion.
My only concern is they're vulnerable now, like, because T-Core was a huge shield, and now that that's gone, the trio is now a duo, and it's it's a terrible duo. Like, there is nothing that would scare me about Rubina and the chemo in this game, and so I'm looking at them, and then I see Cam sitting over there, and I see Chelsea sitting over there. I'm like, oh, this looks like a nice duo to put up. Like, this is the duo I would put up. Now, so that's my only concern, is that without the head of the T-Cult there anymore, the eyes are on them, and that's my only concern.
I honestly feel like that little, whatever you want to call it, what was they, friends? I feel like as soon as Tucker left, it was over for them. Because as much as I love T-Core, she won an HOH by accident. I'm sorry, she did. So, like, I just feel like, yes, even Chemo has said it. He was like, honestly, truly, if you look at our stats, what is this trio? Like, what is why are we so dangerous?
Listen.
Like, yes, we're going to vote.
Their closeness is the danger.
Hey,
yeah,
you can knock them out at Final 6, Final 5, and Final 4, because that's
what I'm saying.
They can stand there in comps.
This is how I would look at it. To be very real, I do think, now, is it wrong to shoot at trio? I don't think it was a wrong move to shoot at either of the trios, but it would have been better to shoot at the other trio, simply because they have a higher chance to like beat you in a comp. You know what I'm saying? So,
but my thing too is like the comps that go on further in the game, they become more memory based, more days, but so anybody, if they're studying,
that's true.
You got 3 people that's studying together that can fact check each other, that's gonna share the right answers with each other, ain't gonna lie to each other about that. That's dangerous going into HOH when it's only 5 or 6 of us competing, when 3 of y'all know the answers or have helped each other, and 3 of us may not know if we got all the answers together. So I just think that closeness.
This is what my logic would have been. Okay, there's the trio of Mackenzie, Cam, and Chelsea on this side, and then there's Rubina, Chemo, and T-Core. There is a high likely chance that those 3 over here on this side are going to vote together.
Mm-hmm.
I would take the shots and get somebody out on this side, because there is a more likelihood that they're not going to hold it against me. Well, at least when you were HOH, you didn't put me up. So, I could be wrong, but T-Core, specifically T-Core, she said she gonna vote petty. She said, you put me up, so Leah ain't getting nobody vote at this point from that side. Honestly, I don't think. Chemo's the only one out of the group that I think will vote logically. Rubina, I think, will be a little petty too, honestly. So, was it a bad move? No, but I think there could have been a better move this week.
But I still don't think there's a better move, because what are you going to do? Let a final 3 get to 7? Oops, they win HOH. Now they're half the house. And I think it's a slippery slope to say that it's a bad move to get rid of a clear trio. Because
I don't think it was a bad move. I think it was a good
as
move.
you were mentioning, if you keep them in the house, say they like me the least out of everyone.
Sure can.
If they put me next to Chelsea, I'm gone no matter what. Like, I can't convince no one. They're a voting block, and if I'm not their number one, if I'm not number 4 on their list, then I'm out the house. So I don't blame Leah for making the move. I think it was a smart move. It was
a great move for Leah. For her, because I mean, again, if Rabina did win, as the streets are saying, won the HOH. I mean, if you didn't get rid of T-Core this week and you let that trio stay in, they're in final 7. You know, the odds of them controlling the game, just based on the votes alone, because then you start looking like, oh, they're not even threats because they can't win nothing. Let's take out Angela. Let's take out Chelsea. Let's take out the Cans. MJ, because she didn't want more. You know what I'm saying? So
we see this so much in Survivor, I think, too, and in all aspects of life, where you have an easy decision right here, and you're like, wait, no. What if I don't want to make the easy decision? I want to make a oopty scoop backwards shot and try to go for it, when it's like, hey, you had an easy layup. It's 2 points. Take your points, and you're in a better position because you took those 2 points.
Everybody wanted to try the Simone Biles. Like, no, let's work our way up to that move. Okay,
do a cartwheel first. Do a cartwheel for your first HOH.
Definitely baby steps. So,
and the funny thing is, the cartwheel got T-Core up out of here, who we were saying most of the season was in a great position.
And it's crazy you see how the game changes in Big Brother, because weeks
so
ago,
fast.
how many we said to get T-Core out of this game, it's gonna take hell and high water to be moved to get T-Core up out the game. But hold on, Julie made me laugh a little bit when she told T-Core, you went all this time without going on the block, but your first time on the block, now you out here. That'd be the worst one. Like, you done went all season unnominated.
That
and your
karma
first
came
time
and bit her. Go ahead.
I was like, your first time hitting the block, take you out. That's crazy.
That karma came and hit her because literally, I want to say it was like the night or the night before the HOH. She said she want to win HOH to put Leah up just so she could be the last one to say that she ain't hit the block. I said, oh, Lord, why you said that out loud, sis?
The BB guards heard you, baby. And they were like, watch this. Look, what's the Usher? What's this? And now she gone. Bless her heart. But I mean, she, like we said earlier, she played a great game. I don't care what nobody say. T-Core, although we debated on if she has a good social game or not, or if she was just well liked. What do y'all think?
Oh, yes. Go ahead, Cam.
I don't think it was more social. I just think she was a people person, and she connected, like what Therese was saying, like when she was outside, she said it was hard for her to connect. She connects very well one-on-one. So I feel like her connecting with people one-on-one made her connection in the house be like, we don't want to see T-Core go. Like, if I have a problem, if I'm feeling down, even though she might hit you with a they know that they could talk to T-Core at any given point in time. So I feel like she just was well liked. I don't think it was more of a, but that could be her social strategy. So I give it 50-50.
And I think the being outside, I think somebody mentioned it earlier. I think that might have, if they were in house, I'm thinking T-Core might not have went home this week. And I don't know what the difference would have made.
She might have been able to talk her way out. Yeah.
But I think being outside is what did her in, unfortunately. It's something about that backyard.
I'm about to say, they got Joseph out the same way.
Because I don't think
Joseph,
what's
funny, she talked to Joseph before going into the house. So that's so funny that he went out in Iron
Then put that spirit on.
They're apparently cool. Yeah. And so I was like, man, that's crazy.
Well, like genuine. But yeah, T-Core, a vote of 4-3, or 3-4, 3-1, 4-1. Yeah.
She gave up.
I would have kept T-Core.
Oh,
I'm sorry. If I was in, I would have kept her.
We forgot to mention that too. Well, you might have said it Monday. I can't remember. But she also was packing Rabina's, bag early. Talking about, girl, I'm gonna miss you when you evicted.
And so that's why I was like, Rabina gonna go into next week with a little spice because Kimo was packing that bag too.
Yes.
I ain't saying I'm voting for you. She was like, he ain't voting.
Because no, he did the same thing Brooklyn did to him. Did to Rabina. He was like, it's okay when you gone. You gonna be loved. It's gonna be all right. Everything is okay.
Now, wait a minute. You gonna give me a chance? True.
And so the fact that she's gone, after saying all that, it's kind of more karma, unfortunately. But
they don't take it first.
Yeah. Interesting.
Shoot.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was just about to say, what y'all want to get into? We can get into these rankings, or we can talk about the mess in the Twitter streets. I think that's the only directions, because we somehow made this 45 minutes when ain't nothing happened on the episode except a 4-1 vote.
So we talked about what's the name for forever. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Okay. So there is a tweet. If y'all don't know, we gonna get y'all up to speed that Shannon Sharp put up on Twitter.
You said Shannon Sharp? Oh wait, that's her name too, huh? Okay.
Miss Sharon. Hold on. Miss Sharon.
I was about to say, what are we about to talk about?
Sharon Tharp, and that's my head. Like that was her name in my I went to school with.
He thought we was about to talk about that. He thought we was about to talk about that stuff.
With Shannon Sharp, I said, why are we bringing this guy up? Like, that's mess. But you know what?
You don't remember Shannon Sharp? He went live.
Why you ain't seen it, Tree?
Oh Lordy. We'll talk about this. We'll talk about this off stream. The whole chat's probably like, "Hey, how does Streets not know?" She somehow doesn't know.
Wait, did something happen today?
No, girl.
Okay,
we'll talk about it later.
What y'all talking about? So, anyways, this is what I'm talking about. So, the tweet that she put up, where she said that Will be stepping down as the host from the jury roundtable. Mm-hmm. And so a little drama happened on the timeline, and Tiffany from BB23, she said, whoever it is, I just hope it's someone who actually played a great strategic game and not just popular. Okay. Let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you what y'all thought about.
Why she have to come at Ashley Ayoko like that? That's my girl.
So when I first read it, I said, damn, what she saying? He played a great strategic game and popular. What? Baby, little did I know. Apparently, the shade was to the good old Taylor Hale, is what the streets are saying.
Right? Wait, who did you thought she was saying that first? Who you thought she was saying that first?
Will.
Hold on, Tracy. Tracy, you're getting a little bit too passionate about this. Hey, they're silencing you, Trees. They're silencing you. They said you're too excited talking about this. Your mic says nah.
That part,
my mic going out?
Yes.
Oh. No, you're good. You're good. It's just when you get too excited. You're good.
Oh. But yeah.
I agree, Ryder, with that too.
Do y'all think that was some shade to Taylor?
That's what the rest of the people thought it was shade to Taylor.
What you think?
And regardless if it was, here's my thing. Tiffany is my friend, so I mean, I would love to see Tiffany host. My top choices would be Davon first, and then Tiffany. Those would be my top two choices. And I also said Taylor would be a good choice. You know, I don't think she would be a bad choice. But here's the thing. I said, whether y'all think Tiffany was throwing shade, if you don't like what she said, you feel like she shouldn't have said anything, or if you because she's an alumni, or she should be above the pettiness and the drama, she can say whatever she wants to say. That's her Twitter. But at the end of the day, regardless if y'all hate her, y'all calling her bitter, she jealous because she didn't win. She jealous because she can't have Kylan, and Taylor took Kylan, and all this drama and foolishness. CBS is calling her back. As a matter of fact, CBS is calling both of them back because they like both of them. So at the end of the day, it don't matter what you think about Tiffany or Taylor. CBS like them both because they both then got.
Think they gonna call Taylor back to play Big Brother?
I mean, she came back for reindeer games. She came back for the round table. You know what I'm saying? So like, she's on the call. If they want her, they'll call her. Tiffany too. She came back for reindeer games. She came back to host the comp. If they want,
came and played.
So it's like y'all hate these people because they don't always say or do what you want them to do, but they on the payroll.
They on the docket. They be called back.
I'm about to say they aren't on the payroll because y'all don't want to know who I'm expecting. I'm expecting Jerry O'Connell because he's on the payroll, baby. They got him right around the corner.
Listen.
Go ahead, give me Jerry O'Connell. Quinn can't meet nobody. They said Quinn. You can't meet any Pat's alumni. Y'all can't meet Julie. Here's Jerry again.
This is my thought. So we literally talked about it last week. Taylor had got into somebody on the timeline, child, and I was like, "If you gon', it's just she's yelling at a minor. If you gonna get up there and talk big with me, man, you gonna get read down, okay? I don't have no problem with that. So this is how I look at it. So Taylor can talk some trash, but Tiff can't. It seems a little one-sided here, honestly. Now, I'm all for y'all are grown, okay? Y'all can run y'all's mouth all you want to. Yes, I do think some of the stuff Tiff has said is shady and childish. I really do. But is it entertaining? Yes. Would I like for her to do more of it? Yes. Will I want her to come back for another season? Yes. Would I mind her and Taylor being on the show and having a little beef? Sounds fun to me. But I look at all, I'm being pretty real. I'm a viewer. I like this stuff is entertaining to me. Y'all are fighting over a man. Ooh, I was about to say something out of pocket. Y'all are fighting over a man that's everybody's man. Okay, I'm just being very real. So it's like, regardless of the situation, Taylor, I think, would be great as a round host, just because she interviews well. She does, and I do think she's not one to shy away from some of the questions that I think we would want. I think Tiffany does the exact same. I think she would interview well.
She's gonna ask the messy stuff.
She will ask the messy questions. I do not mind either one of them. And I think both of them are beautiful Black women. And I really wish they weren't at odds. I'd rather y'all go at odds with other people and we watch that.
But you can't help.
If y'all, you know what I'm saying? At this point, at least they're getting talked about. There are a lot of people that wish they were getting brought up in the conversation and they're not. So
Danielle Reyes said today, she tweeted, she said, the host should be someone with jury experience. Jason Guy, Tiffany, Devon, Hannah, Jeff, Schroeder, Brittany H. They will provide an empathetic experience. Host is needed to ensure the jury understands that it isn't just a popularity contest. But I think Ryder,
I see that.
Ryder 101 said something. Honestly, and Janelle said this too, and I actually agree. They honestly don't need to be a host. Janelle mentioned there wasn't a host in the old days of Big Brother, and I agree that we don't need a host. I would like a host, like if it was one of my favorites of Davon or Tiffany, I would love to see it, like good, because I want my sis to get a check or whatever. But if I'm looking at it just objectively, the roundtable doesn't necessarily need a host. I just think it's a nice filler.
When has the roundtable ever been? I was about to say, when was the last time the roundtable was good? where it's on finale night and it's just like, all right, we'll fast forward. The only time I could think where I laughed was BB19, where Raven was saying, "Oh yeah, I was puppet master. But that's the only time. And I mean, of course, I think it's needed to see the jury again, get their ideas. But I don't know. Yeah, maybe it needs a bigger change.
Somebody mentioned on Twitter the only reason why Dr. Will was even, doing the roundtable is because nobody was going to watch season 15 finale without some kind of incentive. And they're not necessarily wrong, because I believe he started in 15 is when they started the whole roundtable gig anyway. So, but I'm of the mind with Ryder and Janelle, just remove the host altogether.
I'm 100%. Like, get them a stack of cue cards and say, give them some base questions, and then give them 2 hours to talk about it and put it on feed.
Feed it on. We need to see this. Exactly. Put it on feed.
We need to have some kind of incentive. We pay for these fees. Y'all cut them all the time. Y'all took off flashback. You know what? Give us that little bit of tea. 2 hours. Hey, 8 p.m. Central Time, whatever. Jury goes live.
Also,
give them 10 base questions. They can read them, go on a tangent, whatever. Just
we
let
need
them be free.
All the jury members to be able to ask questions. Quit this little 2 and 3.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure.
And they need to be able to ask both people, because that's what I hate, is that you only get to ask one person. What if I got a question for both of y'all? Because both of y'all did me dirty, so I need both of y'all to explain something to me, not just one of y'all. So,
not to drag the topic on longer, but I feel like not really a host, but probably like a mediator. And like, I honestly, truly, I've never watched any of Taylor's post interviews. Sorry to that, not to shade the girl. I mean, the woman, not to shade her, but I've never watched it, so I'm not really sure how her hosting style is. But honestly, truly, I would prefer somebody, and I don't even know if Dr. Will was watching the show because he was still a fan or if he was being paid. But I clearly still see Tiffany watching the show. I still seeing Taylor involved with the show. So I feel like it definitely should be somebody who
Still
is
involved.
like actively involved.
I
And
agree
they
with that.
don't even have to host, just mediate, because I feel like
next
now,
question.
yeah, because I also feel
Yeah.
like now a lot of people get on the show for a specific reason, not to win, but to like build a platform. So they might not even talk. And then those people who are really passionate, they will over talk to other people, and then they wouldn't like get a point across. So I feel like some type of mediator would be helpful. And I definitely see, I mean, I want the mess. I'm not gonna lie. A reason why I watch reality TV is for the mess. So honestly, truly, I feel like Tiffany could definitely do the job. Again, I'm no shade to Taylor. I have not seen her interview style. I don't know if she does ask those messy questions, but I do know she puts, she will be the type of person, like you said, she gathered that little girl on Twitter. So she might gather some of the house guests and make them hold them accountable for the specific stuff that was said that, the fans will want to say, like, okay, you said this week 6. Here we are at this round table. Stand on business. So that's what I want. So not necessarily a host, but more so like a mediator who is still involved with the show.
That can do it. Like a Brittany H. I think she'll be a great mediator because she
put somebody in there we don't know.
That's
okay.
Jerry O'Connell.
Intern out there.
Hey, who all gonna be there? We take a spot. Look, we keep it real with her. We gonna let her know. Let's throw our hat in the ring.
You know what I'm saying? But what was I about to say? Oh, you know what? This is my speculation. Okay, because why not? I'm curious why Dr. Will.
They silenced her.
Listen, I specifically remember maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks ago, he posted on Twitter and said, y'all already have some questions brewing for the jury roundtable. So he had a job 2 weeks ago. So is it some money? Y'all ain't give him what he wanted? What's going on?
He probably greedy.
But he did 2 weeks ago tweeted that. So he just lost the job.
That's what I was wondering. I was like, I wonder if because for him to step down, was it a step down or was it like
we part in ways because you want too much money. And honestly,
or to hold the door for you.
It's going down the cheap route because now that's why they went back to the 7-person jury, because it made no sense for them to go back to 7. After last year, we understand that was only supposed to be a one-time thing because it was like reminiscent of the old days. But since they went back, people are saying that's because they don't want to pay for as many people in the jury house and all of that stuff. So maybe they cut back on the budget. The budget.
I did not mean to laugh, but that is so embarrassing.
Nah, for real. Which is funny, like y'all up the. Y'all gonna cut this many? Come on, put it back down to 5.
Don't say that because I still got to win my 750. Don't do that.
You want to get that? You want to get that 5 y'all putting corners on production because I need my flashback back. I need y'all to have the people back on the feeds. I need y'all to have some better comps. And y'all been using that money because y'all done gave them take out a couple times this season. So y'all got some money somewhere. That's that Dr. Will money.
Right. Paramount is
telling me you lost it till later. Let's see. Paramount's downsizing makes it.
What are you about to say, Cam?
That's probably why they're selling that merch. Get your HOH robe and what's that thing that they just in? The janky hat.
Janky, man. Nobody want that shit.
Now, if they made a plush of janky, I probably would have bought that. I was like, the plush.
The HOH stuff? Nah, janky kiss my ass. That was a kiss my ass. The
JAN.
Look, HOH, little robe, a little I could do. But janky, you kiss my ass.
Screaming. I didn't see this. That's hilarious.
There was a week on feeds where Cam was calling. Yeah, I saw that. They cut them feeds quick too. I said, "Whoop." We know. We out here on the outside. We already know. There
are signs and wonders that tell us that they cheat.
I also think another way that they could. Honestly, I feel like the people that watch feeds, we pay our money to watch this, and I feel like we should always get extra incentives because we paid to do this. Mm-hmm. Ryder mentioned a couple seasons back that jury used to ask questions to the final 2 before the finale. I honestly feel like each person in jury should be able to ask at least one question. Put it on the feeds are so dry for the last 3 weeks. Okay, we're down to final 3. Give them questions. You know what I'm saying? And then, okay, hey, jury sent you some questions, and then they sit in the living room and they can answer them if they want to.
Not
Or
if
maybe
they want
just
to.
final two. Yeah, because if you don't answer it, then you ain't get their money. But I mean, it's just some extra time to use on fees. Like when it's the final two, final three, whatever.
Yeah.
Like let them go in their own rooms. Yeah, because you don't want everybody to hear all their answers. If somebody go into the have not room, somebody go in that back room and answer your questions to the camera. I mean, that'll be something.
I've always thought that they could do more in terms of they've shown that they can do live diary room sessions.
Yeah.
BB26. And that's been something that's kind of been, I feel like early in the day, that was like really wanted, where it's like, hey, give us live DRs. And they could show comps, and they choose not to show comps. They can do fun little feeds only activities. They do none of that. And will they ever? Nah. But that also.
And my just question is why? If this is what the fans are wanting, make your show more interesting. This is what we're telling you is what's gonna make it better. Why would you not try to not listen to everything? Some fans are stupid.
Because they trying to be Big Brother Canada, and you see where they got them.
True. I think the reason is more I lost my train of thought. Go ahead, Cam. I think you're about to go.
I feel like the reason why they're doing it and why we'll never see anything like that again is because the show is now heavily produced. And they don't want, because if you remember back in the day, like they used to go in that diary room, say whatever was on their mind. They used to give them alcohol. Now they're very much monitoring and not even giving them alcohol anymore. So I think that's why we'll never see those type of stuff anymore, because I feel like they also do, even though production is crazy, they still try to protect them a slight bit.
Yeah.
So the fans don't go crazy and be like, oh, this is who you represent. This is your employee. You need to fire them. They said this. So I feel like that's why a lot of the diary rooms, we'll probably never see them live again, because it's like, they definitely are feeding them stuff because they don't want them to look crazy.
Also, too, I think that's a really great point, Cam, because it also goes back to the people that they're casting. They're not casting people with real personality, people who could carry themselves in a diary room without being fed lines. You know, a lot of these people are just trying to be on here, like Trish said, they're trying to be famous. They want to be influencers, TikTok, and all that other stuff. And they don't have nothing to give us in the diary room. So they gotta get these scripted, DRs, because they boring and dry. So,
and shoot, a lot of the chat is saying this, but yes, they're toxic because one, they don't like us. They like you. The production does not like you. They almost hate you. That I'd almost say that. And number two, their mindset is probably, are we gonna get any new people from this? If not, then you know what? We're just gonna keep rolling out the same thing. People are just gonna continue to watch the feeds and pay for it. Even as we slowly pull stuff back and take things away, they're gonna come back. And am I gonna do anything about it? No, I'm gonna be back next season.
We'll be back next season. We'll be back.
That's a good point, because I also recall seeing Taylor had tweeted something, and she was like, how does Big Brother get newer fans? Because if you ever think about it, like, how do they? Because it's never, me personally, I don't really see them promote Big Brother on a grand scale of how they promote Survivor. Like, I don't even listen to the radio no more. But for some odd reason, the other day I was listening to the radio, and it was a whole radio ad for Survivor. I was like, that's interesting. And then when Taylor had said that too, and everybody was like, yeah, like, I guess the memes, because before I actually started like watching Big Brother heavily, I will always see that meme of Davon coming out of the Big Brother house, and I never knew where it was from until I actually rewatched our season, and I was like, I guess that is true, because you know how they always be on Twitter too, like, oh, we be embarrassed to tell our friends we watch Big Brother because it's so corny. It's like, that is very true. How do we get our fan? Like, how does Big Brother get newer age generation fans to watch the show?
Yeah.
Shoot, I'll always remember being on a trip with some friends in high school, and it was, I think, a veto episode. I'm like, y'all, I like watching Big Brother. I'm gonna put it on. It was about like 10 high schoolers. It was a Gashi Otep comp where Otep had like a crazy voice, and it was the most kiddie thing ever. They said, what are you watching? I said, no, we can cut this. I don't care about the show. Turn it off. And it would be the same thing for this week, where this week's a little like cute, but also
Like, what the hell is this?
The 10th time they're singing J-A-N-K. All right, we get it. They're struggling, and this isn't entertaining. This isn't cool to watch.
Yeah.
Like, Survivor has that cool factor where it's like, hey, you're living on an island. And I really think Big Brother has a cool aspect of, hey, you're living in a house and voting the people out. Same type of way. But they just don't carry themselves like they're grown.
Yeah. I don't think the Big Brother, like, you really have to catch them on premiere night, because like it really draws you in, like or at least they used to when they had the HOHs. I mean, they weren't live moving, so granted, you know, we weren't getting DRs and things like that. But I know when I first watched Big Brother, it was season 12, and I was just like, they had the HOH comp where they had to get in line, the first person across, you know, they get 10,000, next person get 5,000, the last person across the HOH, and like they had to figure out who was gonna be who they felt comfortable with, and like having to navigate that. I thought that was just so cool. It's like, oh, they climb across this beam that I thought that was just so cool. So I'm like, the aspect is cool. Like Big Brother is cool, it really is. But when y'all get to doing all that farting and snotting and all that other stuff, it's just nobody wants to see that.
Gimmicky.
I don't care. Yeah,
I think the big way they draw in the audience, which is why now they're so heavily focused on getting recruits. Like Cam, he probably had, I think he has like 100-something thousand people. It's free advertisement. I don't even have to like go out and promote the show. He has 100,000 followers. If even 25% of those people come to watch the show, that's
but they're not going to,
and
because
imagine. But that's the reason why
They might,
put them on.
yeah. If you're a fan,
like, if you
yeah.
already have an audience, like I don't know, like I can't remember who mentioned it. I know, like when you do apply to go on Big Brother, when you make it, you know, past a certain amount, they ask you how many Instagram followers do you have, how many Twitter. Why does that matter?
They do ask. But
you know what I'm saying? They do that because they want to know if you're gonna have an audience following and supporting you. Which,
but he ain't posted. I mean, this his dogs. They just now started posting 2 weeks ago. Wasn't nobody using his account as being inactive. So it's like those 120,000 people
been moving though.
Who been on his TikTok? Somebody been posting on his TikTok?
Yeah, he had a couple. I don't know if he still is, but I know he had some in the drafts, and his daddy was posting.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's what I was concerned about. Because I'm like, because you know they can't tell nobody. Yeah, you know, I was on that. Okay, that was only my only drawback.
He like, has 1 million on TikTok.
What? Say he said he had like 100,000.
No, he had like 600,000 at the beginning of this.
Well, he up.
I agree with Ryder. Social media doesn't always translate that though. Well, I think that was the reason why they bought Blue last season, because she was like already a social media girl. But again, it's just like the way that they advertise the show. I'm like, me personally, me on the outside, because I've seen Cam's content. Like he talks about music and his samples and stuff like that. And content. They don't get to hear music in samples. So it's like, if I'm a music head, I'm like, oh, you want a reality TV show? Where's the damn music?
Yeah, and his personality is music. Like that's a big part of his life, and he loves music. It's like, hey, do you know that one song? You can't talk about that. Like he can't give us much.
Oh, I know he's suffering. Ooh.
I know. Oh my God.
Listen, I don't know if y'all paid attention, but that little song that they've been singing, I said it's the same melody from the Half and Half theme song. If you pay attention to it, I'm like, not y'all done snuck that on up in there, but I like it. I think it's
Half and
I love
Half.
that thing. Through
all the journeys of discovery. Right when you started the first note, I knew. Finding you, I'm finding me.
But the part is that they took is you can be and that's how they were singing it. Something
oh yeah, they love song
in the Big Brother house. Yeah, that it's Half and Half. They
right.
Chelsea and Cam know what they was doing. I feel like they had a part in the melody in there.
Yeah, the Queen. I'm cracking up. Okay, we can pop our rankings out for the week.
Cam, we're gonna give you the privilege of going first and setting the tone for the rankings.
Oh wow! So should I start at 7?
Wherever you want to start.
Wherever you want to.
Oh,
you honestly, put somebody at 4. It don't matter. We make the rules right here.
I'm honestly shocked to say this because I swear this woman should have been gone forever ago. I feel like Angela has to go in. She has to go in 1 or 2. Like
one. I would go say that too.
Put up there, big age. Not for real.
I don't know what she's doing. I don't know if these people are just like scared to send her home because they see her as a shield. But it's like, how y'all see her as a shield, but well, y'all won't send this lady home. She honestly, truly, and I don't mean to say this in a wrong way because I don't want this to get misconstrued, but she's like a cockroach.
Yeah.
She is going to
She
stand the
kind of
test
is
of
that.
time
She is.
for a reason.
She know.
And
Yeah.
it's
But
like,
listen. Go ahead.
it's just like, come on. And this should be it'd be the fake tears for me. Like it's comical. Like even when T Cole went home, girl, ain't a tear coming out your eye.
Not even
One.
Just
Wait.
up the shenanigans.
What New York say? It's an inner crime.
I do not think she ever be having real tears this whole season.
Oh
But
man. Yeah.
I have to give Angela. I agree with her being
She
at
played
one,
this
and
week amazing.
I just have to give her ones and twos because the simple fact that she decided to use that veto on chemo, she used that for her game. She didn't go to Leah. Hey Leah, I'm thinking about no, baby. I'm using the veto on
We'll figure out
chemo.
what you want to do.
I have voted him out 2 weeks in a row when I didn't want to. So in order to give him a little bit of like, hey, so he could believe, like, listen, I really wanted to vote for you, but the house was telling me the wrong way. You know, this is me making up for my mistakes, baby. And jury, that would have been in the back of my mind. I said, you know what? Sis did use that veto on me, and I made it all the way to Final Four, whatever.
And y'all
Those little
said,
things to me, I would have been like, oh, that's noted. Okay. Whether
I'm
we
telling
working
y'all.
together or not, she gave me a lifeline in the game because I likely would have went home. So the
Yeah.
fact that Angela used the veto, which y'all know in the prior seasons, it's all, well, let me see what the HOH wants. No, baby. This season we doing what we want to do for our game. So
Period.
I really love the fact that she used the veto correctly. She used the veto to better her game going forward. Now, could chemo probably put her up again next week? Probably, maybe.
I probably would.
I really appreciate the step that she took for her game to make that move. So
Yeah.
I agree with that one for sure.
And even if he already stayed, I mean, he could backtrack, but he said he wouldn't put her up if he won HOH because she used the veto on him. So, you know, she bought herself a little grace. So
Extra
we'll
week
see.
job.
All I'm gonna
We
say,
gonna see.
hey, I don't want to say I told y'all so, but I moved her up to 1, and I almost got stomped out by these two. And now look at her; they put her number. Cam put her number 1.
Week.
They agreed.
I've been saying Angela for the past couple weeks to be 1 or 2. I've been saying that.
Run back the tape.
I'm the one who said that she could win the game, and y'all were fighting me. Carrie, especially, I was down in there, maybe Ty a little bit too. Y'all was fighting me in the chat, talking about Angela couldn't win the game. I was standing up for Angela, so don't do me. I've been fighting for her over here.
Eli, who you got next?
Shoot, this is tough. But I think based on who I see that's left in the house, and I think played this week decently, even though her girl was HOH, I'm gonna throw MJ at 2. And I think the only tough thing is her on and off, her like sight with Cam, where that irks Chelsea. But is Chelsea ever gonna turn on her? Maybe, but not coming up. Maybe in the double, but not this week right here. And I think T-Core leaving helps her a lot. And I mean, that's all I got.
And Eli, you're not wrong, because I was about to say Mackenzie at 2 because she played it right too. She started to plant the seeds about coming for Chelsea. With Leah, they planning on, you know, turning on. Whether she do it or not is definitely up for discussion. But the fact that she's even mentioning it out loud to another player, I think it was great. You know, her, you know, wanting T-Core out and making sure that was solidified was great for her. You know, getting Chelsea off her game, whether it was intentional or not, hanging out with Cam definitely put Chelsea on the fritz a little bit. And so I think that MJ, they got to watch out for her because she's not a cockroach, but she a cricket. And she keep hopping from week to week to week, and she shouldn't have been here this far. So
exactly, because nobody pulled her in, so she just slithering on through.
I agree, and I give NJ her props because especially this week when Chemo was having the conversation, and a lot of house guests were making it seem like Rabina was already going home. From what we saw early on, you know, of course, once the tide turned, you know, everybody tried to switch up. But we did see MJ have a conversation with Rabina, like, girl, I'm trying to get you these votes. If I'm Rabina, I'm not putting MJ up next week. If anything, I'm hopefully I can use her. I'd be like, listen, you are the first person that came to me that you literally said that you were gonna try to get to keep me. Now we don't have to work together for the longevity of the game, but for this week, let's work together. Do you know, like MJ don't get pulled into a lot of conversations, and even the I forgot you left. I was like, somebody coming to my house. And even the conversations that she's in, she puts herself in them. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like if MJ just gets that, like, ooh, somebody else wants to actually work with me in the game. Now, is she gonna run everything back to Chelsea? Likely. But I think that was a really good move for her. And it seems like she finally did something for her game to step away from the Chelsea shadow. So yeah, two. I'll let you have that one.
Hey, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Trees.
Go ahead.
Who you got?
I am going to put. I want to put it up there.
Who you thinking?
I'm putting Cam at 3. I was gonna say Chelsea, but Kanye kind of put her at you thought I was gonna say Chelsea, didn't you? I was okay. We can argue. Okay, so can we agree that Chelsea and Cam are interchangeable at 3 and 4? Go ahead and put Chelsea at 4.
I mean, can we?
You think she would go down, Cam?
I personally, I mean, I don't know, because it was like Leah's HOH. So I'm just thinking like she got T-Core out, so I'm like, if nobody got T-Core out, I feel like if nobody would. The mic that muted, the AirPod that fell out. Sorry if the audio was messed up, y'all.
Oh, you fine. It was just a second.
But I feel like if they wouldn't have, I feel like if Leah would not have done what she needed to do this week, I feel like there would not even be a discussion of Leah and Mackenzie if she did not put T-Core in that block. Because T-Core was definitely, even though they might not have won, I feel like they would have persuaded Cam and Mackenzie to be like, look, y'all gotta get them out. So I feel like Leah is over Chelsea for sure. Because honestly,
know what?
I feel like Chelsea, if Chelsea would have kept T-Core would have been better for her game in the longevity, because they both said they weren't going to put each other up. So it's like she could have definitely fought a little harder. And I feel like she got a little bit of power over Mackenzie. Like she could have got that Mackenzie Cam vote, and they already had the chemo.
If she really pushed. Yeah.
So yeah, Chelsea this week was sorry, girl.
I'd say, yeah, exactly what Cam said. T-Core going home hurts Chelsea the most. And of course, it also helps or hurts Rubina and chemo. In the grand scheme of things, I'm not going to say I don't care, but Chelsea was in the top position due to her tightness with her 3, as well as T-Core's 3, with T-Core being at the top. Now, with T-Core being gone, that really hurts her. And the fact that she was so close, I got to give Chelsea props. Where like she had some waffle going on to people to keep T-Core, and it could have happened, but it didn't happen. So she's at 5 at this point. But yeah, Cam ends up. I know T-Core going home can be argued that it hurts him that T-Core's gone, but I think it benefits him in terms of. We talked about this early in the episode. Someone that he can't beat left the house, and someone that he can beat is still in the house.
And you got to remember,
a chance he goes up next week? Yeah, exactly. So, is there a chance he goes up next week? For sure, but
crazy word.
I think T-Core leaving helps him, and he could potentially win HOH. If he doesn't, I think if he survives till the double. I'll always know that the double veto tends to be like some type of athletic thing, and not saying that he's guaranteed to win the double veto, but yeah, just has to make it a little bit longer. And I do think this week helped him.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Yes, I do agree with that. The only like really dig I would even have with Leah is which she even mentioned herself, she didn't really get an opportunity to have a lot of conversations. You know, like when you're HOH, you want to build relationships with people so you can use that from when you're off the block. But with the way that Janky was, it just wasn't enough space to be like, okay, let me pull Leah to the side to have a conversation. So I'm not gonna even really blame that on her. But yeah, you know what? I agree with that. Chelsea definitely her game got exposed a little bit this week. Now she did her little schmoozing, and she did what Chelsea does. But do I think it put a knock in her game this week? Specifically with the whole Kage, I think it did. Do I think it knocked it by much? No, but it still knocked it. I agree with that, Cam. That's a good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
Eric,
Okay.
how do you like our list right now? How do you like our list? And I'm pretty sure you could guess where 6 and 7 are going, but at this point, we cooking.
The draft. No, this is exactly the draft. The rankings
Awesome.
are exactly where they should be. Yep.
All right, I'm gonna move him in because out of pure hate that he's done nothing all season, and Chemo can just go to 7. Chemo's gonna be 7 until he wins HOH, and even if he wins HOH, he might stay at last
Chemo
place.
can win every HOH from now to finale night, and he gonna still be 7.
Yeah.
I hope he ends up picking.
I just
I
don't
like Chemo. I like Chemo. That's the thing. I don't dislike Chemo.
The person, the player in this game.
Oh, the game player Chemo, trash, Basura. But personal Chemo is one of my favorite people in the house, just like personality wise.
For sure.
Like I cannot wait to meet him, but his game will be in the trash.
Yeah.
I feel like the best Chemo has played, which he really played more of a snitch game. But the best he played was when Tucker was in the house, and it's like Tucker left the house. And his Chemo's game went with him. Like I don't know if he put it in the back pocket, but it feel like he just
Chemo
he's been cut off this whole time.
So much information those first few weeks that he did nothing with.
He had a lot.
He did some with it because he knew Quinn had his power, and he ran into Tucker.
Well, he did. Right. But it led him to this point. So I'm like, he didn't use it as well as he should have used it, and like he kept stuff from T-Core that he should have never kept from T-Core. It didn't make sense for her to not be in the know. What were you gonna say, Cam? He did so much.
I'm sorry, it just bothers me when people are like, I'm a super fan of this show, and then it's like, but I mean, I get it. Like once you get into the house, you have to, adapt to the unexpected. But honestly, truly, it's like as a super fan, you should like have at least 3 plans in the back of your head if your plan don't work. And it's like, to me, I just feel like Tree said, once Tucker left, so did his game. And I think the reason why it felt like that was because he knew Tucker was a shield for him, because I don't think Chemo is confident enough in himself to win a comp. So I think that's
that little AI.
That's it.
Week 1. All right, you won that one.
Week 1.
Oh no, was that week 1? Yeah.
Literally week 1.
But yeah, I don't know.
But whatever.
Nothing just bothers me more than a super fan. Like that was my whole thing with Joseph. Like nothing bothers me more than a super fan who just gets in the house and be like, "Yeah, I'm a pull a Casey." Like that only worked for Casey.
Thank you.
That only worked for Casey.
Thank you. And that's what I'm saying. Like I'm a super fan. I wouldn't even consider myself a super fan. I'm just a super addict. That's what I'm a Big Brother addict. Because I could talk about this show for forever and ever. I'm going into this game knowing what I know about the show, but I'm also going and knowing that my season is not going to be like those other seasons. I can't play how Kylan and Xavier play. I can't play how Taylor play. I can't play how Tiffany play. I can't play how such and such and such Derek and Dan and Cody and all the rest of them people, Janelle and all them. I can't play like them because I'm not them. And then that cast ain't the same cast. You can't play.
What it is.
You can't play.
That's what it is. The cast dictates how you play.
And then also the people who are on your season like watch the same season you watch. So it's also like the strategicness that you coming in the game with thinking you finna win. They're gonna be like, oh, we can read right through this. Not about to win.
Mm-hmm. Right. Like, oh, you crying. Oh, that's what Vanessa did. Like, you think you Vanessa? Is that what you think? You think you Vanessa your way to the end? No.
Yep.
And I don't think we've seen that level of manipulation since. I mean, the Cookout did it, but they did it so nice it wasn't bad. But that level of manipulation that Vanessa had was insane. Like, I still think about the way she got that girl to put up. That was ridiculous in that veto competition. That was just terrible. That's amazing how she did that. But yeah, these super fans get in here. Don't get on the feeds talking about I don't want to hear that, Quinn. I'm talking to you, Quentin. All this deep dive.
Repeatedly,
I don't care about
too.
Deep dive. Matter of fact, don't call me for a deep dive because I'm not sitting nowhere for no 6 hours to sit here and go through. Don't.
Unless it come with a check.
Hello.
And we getting paid by the hour.
Right.
Matter of fact, it's a base rate. Let me scratch that.
So I'm with you. That's the problem with superfan, quote unquote superfans. And then we need to break it down even further because now we found out that you're really fries, that y'all really just super rap fans, and not really super.
How are we? Wait, is this about chemo? Is this just about fans in general? I'm lost. I'm lost because we started. Are we getting in this much on chemo? Like this is full crash out. Stemming from yesterday in Survivor.
It was
and we even
it's not a lot told.
And what we didn't even talk about Rubina because I don't know, she fought for herself. I think we've always known this with Rubina, where she'll fight for
but she did
Yeah. Put her toe in the gosh dang campaign and that's
she did campaign this week. Thank you.
She did.
She did at least, and I think
she was
pretty
checking
good at it.
T-Core and them a little bit about what they were saying about her packing her bags before she went out the door. So, you know.
I said, yeah, say that, sis. That's why I'm very curious to see. I really, I want Rubina either to win this HOH tonight or Cam, because those are the two people I really want to see. And they haven't had an HOH. So, I really want to see what they will do with it. But Rubina is really good at saying what and how she feels. It might take her a little minute or so, but she will say how she feel, and I do appreciate it, especially in HOH. So
facts. So
true.
Hey, I know that's right, Carrie.
Run that list down for our listeners.
All right. At number 1, we got Big Ange.
Not the little
Ange. At number 2, we got Mackenzie. Number 3, we got Cam. Number 4, we got Leah. Number 5, we got Chelsea. Number 6, we have Rubina, and number 7, that guy.
Exactly.
Chemo. No, I was sorry for the disrespect. I do love Chemo. I'll give him his flowers. Number 7 is Chemo. There we go.
And T-Core is at jury. What going on, T-Core? Girl, you look beautiful tonight. I love a natural baddie. Okay, you look gorgeous. I'm so mad that she didn't get to meet Julie in her crochet. Like, y'all gonna really deny her? She couldn't even put a little crochet vest on. Nothing. So I hate that. But I think overall, T-Core's game, I feel like her game kind of was like a seesaw.
Teeter-totter.
There were some times where it was like, you know what I'm saying?
Because we were down here in the beginning, but then that flip happened. We was like, sorry, we were unfamiliar.
And then it just went said, no, never mind. But overall, she is a great person. She was a joy to watch.
Yeah, shout out to T-Core.
I can just feel her
genuine spirit,
energy. Yeah, she's just a genuine person. I can feel that from the TV screen.
And she can genuinely give our sis Chelsea a vote at the end. Thank you.
Yeah, and which is why I don't understand how BB Twitter was saying she was so mean all of a sudden. That threw me.
What was she mean? Who? Chelsea?
She talked about Angela a little bit.
They was like she talking about T-Core. They was like she's just so mean and stuff.
But Angela would have my vote over a couple of people in that house. None of it just, but she would have my vote over a lot of people in that house. Honestly, right now, if it came down to it.
If I was in there, and she said a little mean stuff.
People get on your nerves.
Exactly. Like, y'all just sensitive. I'm sorry.
They sensitive. Because I would have told Angela, shut that up for a minute to her face, and y'all would have been upset. And she would have been like, I'm sorry.
How dare you?
Okay.
And then the next day, we would have been making eggs.
Because honestly, Matt didn't do enough for me back in week 1. She would have felt something then, because you think you're going to come down these stairs calling me crazy eyes and everything else.
Baby.
Oh, you got another thing coming, sister.
Y'all would have put me up for abuse, elder abuse. Because the way I would have went in, y'all would have had to call the people on me. Listen, I ain't gonna even lie to you. I would have went in. I would have said, you beat. You would have got beat. No, your ass ain't coming down.
Many a granny would have been said. Okay, like
the grandkids would have been put away. Is what I'm gonna say.
Because this ain't what you want. I promise you. You might be the HOH, but don't get it twisted. You ain't supposed to talk to me like that.
Shoot.
Listen, you already put me on the block, so let me go in.
Okay.
And then Matt had a brat summer. I don't think it would have been a brat summer if he did that. So you know what? It all happens for a reason. If he would have went in, it wouldn't have been a brat summer.
Oh my god. But last but not least,
shoot, these feeds still haven't came back on. Man, I
Yeah,
can't
they're
believe
probably
it.
waiting to this whatever the last coast is to watch the show.
Dang, Trees.
Good point.
But I'm finally, I'm treading water. I only got Mackenzie left, and
That's a good one left, though. That's a good one left.
Eli and Josh
Listen.
are going strong.
Strong.
Listen, I was doing good, and I lost back to back, man.
My mistake. I should have chose Angela. I had to vote out of Angela and Brooklyn and I should have chose Angela. But I just didn't think that Angela would make it this far because Brooklyn was just doing so well. I mean, I just did not see this happen. It's all T-Core. It was really Chemo fault. I'm sorry. It's Chemo fault that I'm in this position anyway. Because once Cedric left, it was downhill for that.
I'm blame mine on Chemo too.
The funny thing is, if you look at Eric's team, when the season first started, it's like, oh, Eric's the team the draft to beat because he had the Pentagon. They were running things. And then Eric's team fell off, and everyone's looking, or at least I was looking at Teresa's team like, oh man, she got Tucker, T-Core, Joseph. Like, when are they ever gonna lose?
For a minute.
And after week 1, I'm like, man, Josh is done, and he's still surviving, man. And I still hate my draft, even though Cam can win,
You ain't lost.
Leo can win, Leah can win, but
They lost nobody since week 1.
They ain't lost nobody since week 1 and 3.
Dang. Ain't think about that.
Hey,
all the losses have been ours. Y'all ate this draft. Y'all ate.
Yeah, I did.
Man. But y'all listen.
But anywho,
anything else?
Nope.
Think we got it.
Oh, yes, there is something else. The double eviction is Thursday. Finally, Lord Jesus. I've been waiting for this double eviction.
Tree's been asking for this double.
I am. Because once this double go down, y'all know the feed's about to get dry. So we will go down to recording just on finale night, eviction night on Thursdays. Look, I'm already in count.
I'm
at the counter a fat burger, order me a burger and a shake. Okay, I'm already there. But we will go down to recording just on Thursdays. Big Brother, and we will still be here for Wednesdays for Survivor as well.
Absolutely. That is the gist of it all.
Mm-hmm. And thank you, Cam, for joining us.
Thanks for
welcome back anytime.
I love the conversation. I love the conversation every time I stream. So hopefully the chat enjoyed our conversation. Yeah.
Can you tell the people where they can find you if you want to plug anything?
Please don't say nah. Y'all can find me on all my socials right here _KAAMRON. My name is actually Cameron, not to be confused with the Cams and the Camerons that was on these seasons of Big Brother.
Cameron.
But yes, so follow me. I rarely tweet about Big Brother. If you see me, it's because I was pissed off about something. But, yeah. I'm on there. I might like a tweet. I might quote it a little bit, but I might laugh because I be laughing at and Eric's tweets. But yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Again, thank you for being here. We appreciate you, and we hope to have you back again soon. For Survivor specifically too, because I know you be in the Survivor trenches. So be on the lookout for our friend Cam coming back to hang with us a little bit. But listeners, viewers, before we head out, y'all know the drill. Go on over to YouTube, and you are gonna be their podcast, and subscribe, and turn on those notifications. And if you're already on Twitter, make sure you go on over there and follow us if you haven't already at AWAGBT, and also turn on those notifications so you never miss when we got something going on. And like Tree said, we'll be back Wednesday for Survivor, and obviously eviction nights for Big Brother on Thursday nights. So until next time, we are.
Have a lovely night, guys.